Hi guys, in this video we're going to go over how to use Coulomb's law to determine one of the other variables. We've got example 4 here. There it is. Alright, take a minute to write that down if you need to. Two charges plus 0.05 coulombs and minus 0.1 coulombs experience a force of 1.8 times 10 to the 6 newtons. How far apart are the charges and which way is each force? Well, let's go ahead and answer the second part of that question first. So let's say this is our charge 1 with the plus 0.05 and this is our charge 2 with the minus 0.10. Now this is a plus and a minus, which means those guys are going to be attracted toward each other. So they're going to be directed inward. Now, so how would you describe the direction of each force? It will be toward the other charge. Those guys are attracted to each other. So let's figure out how far apart they are. Okay, so let's do our guess method here. Givens are, we have Q1, which is plus 0.05 coulombs. We have Q2, which is minus 0.10 coulombs. And we have a force of 1.8 times 10 to the 6 newtons. And we want to know how far apart they are. So that's our question. We also know K, that's 9 times 10 to the 9th newton meter squared per coulomb squared. We always know that one. So there's our unknown right there. Sorry, I should have switched that one to be up there. So our equation, our formula, is that the force equals K Q1 Q2 over R squared. Now we're ready to stick our numbers in. 1.8 times 10 to the 6 newtons is going to be 9 times 10 to the 9th. I forgot newton meter squared per coulomb squared on the unit there. Times plus 0.05 coulombs times minus 0.10 coulombs, and we're going to be dividing that by the distance squared. Now this one's tricky because we're looking for the distance. Okay, now remember the positive and the negative just indicate direction. Okay, negative means they're going toward each other, positive would mean they're going away from each other. So there should be a negative here. So negative, those negatives just kind of go away. And you can ignore them. So I'm going to simplify first. I got 1.8 times 10 to the 6 over here, and I'm going to do my 9 times 10 to the 9th times 0.05 times 0.1, and I get 4.5 times 10 to the 7th, and I'm going to be dividing that by R squared. Now remember, when you have junk on the bottom that you want, or if it's over here anyway, you always multiply it by the junk on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply by R squared. So I'm going to end up with 1.8 times 10 to the 6th R squared equals 4.5 times 10 to the 7th. Now I got to get R by itself, so I'm going to be dividing both sides by the 1.8 times 10 to the 6th. So that's going to go away and I'll have R squared. And now I'll do 4.5 times 10 to the 7th divided by 1.8 times 10 to the 6th. Don't be afraid to overuse your parentheses, and I get 25. Now that's not R. I'm not done yet. I need R, so I have to square root this. Square root, square root. And maybe you already know what's the square root of 25? Did you say 5? Good job. Now, what's the unit here? Okay, so my newtons cancel out. My coulombs cancel out, and I'm left with meters squared. So this is meters squared. So this is meters squared. So this is meters squared. So I square rooted the meters squared, so I end up with meters. So 5 meters. Now, if you have any questions about how to enter this stuff into your calculator, you get stuck, you're not sure what to do next, make sure you ask. Thanks for watching.